Good deal. So we'll probably see some folks trickling in. We'll give them a welcome as they start coming, and we'll be good to go. But we're live.
Great.
I feel like I should say that in an announcer voice. Hey, Carrie. You can't really say anything, but we just wanted to know we saw that you're in. Hopefully you're hearing us okay. We'll do a little welcome and things from there. Hey, Patty, Kristen, Nicholas, welcome, guys. We will get started in just a couple minutes. Leaf, I just keep getting this attendees as they trickle in, so it's just fun kind of to watch people
Yeah,
enter.
I can see that too.
Sure. Hey, Lorraine.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, guys. Hey, Rosemary. We will be on our way shortly. Hey, Norma. We're just giving a little bit of time for people to trickle in, and then we'll do our best to start right at the top of the hour. That's right, the top of the hour, right? There we go. Feel free, you guys who are here, feel free to say hi in the chat box. That's going to be your spot to chat with each other and in a similar way ask some questions and interact like that. So if you're seeing that chat box, should be at the bottom right of your screen. Feel free to type a message in there, and I'll do a little bit more of a walkthrough of that. But if you're seeing that, it says something like "write your message here." Feel free to say hello, or maybe tell us where you're logging in from today. That's always fun to see the span of where folks are from. All right. Just another minute or two, guys. We're at 8 so far, Leaf.
Yeah, that's terrific.
We've got about, just for those who are curious, we've got about 18. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Patty. Thanks for that welcome. Hey, Kristen. So far, Missouri is clearly monopolizing the attendee list.
Well, Patty from Missoula, Montana. That's a good thing.
Yeah. New Jersey. I like in New York that they always clarify, right? Like you're either upstate or you're. I'm not, and my brother is a New York guy, but not myself. So I don't want to mess up the lingo. Thanks for chatting that in, guys. We'll go here. We'll do a 1 minute warning, Leaf, for right now, and we know that this is all being recorded, so we'll be able to. Great, thanks, Rosemary. So not only will you guys be able to watch this back, but anybody who registered will be able to go back and watch from there. So we're able to kind of watch back all the information, and it's kind of cool. You can even actually interact and ask some questions of the replay, and we get those if anything comes in, which is kind of neat. So we'll wait just a minute for any last people trickling in, and then we'll go. There's a couple more. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Monica. We were just, for those who were there, we were just chatting in where we were logging in from. So originally from the city, capital C city. That's true. Norma, I love that. Well, I think we want to maximize our time. That's for sure. So I think we're gonna get going. And any other folks who are just, who knows, finishing meetings or things like that can trickle in as they go. Thanks everybody for joining us for this intro to Vibrant Faith University. You will see and meet Leif Kurwald here in just a second. You might be seeing part of his face right now. So we want to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're happy to chat with you. I'm Jared, by the way, Rendell. I'm our partner for digital strategies with Vibrant Faith part of which means that I get to hang out on these online learning experiences or introductions that we do in this kind of space, and help moderate and things like that. So I'm glad to be with you. You are finding the chat box, which is great. That's one of the things I wanted to point out before we get started. That chat box is a great spot to especially interact with each other. Hey, Jeff. My dad lives not far from Tacoma, out in Washington State. So that's a great spot to chat with each other. If you've got an idea or a resource or something like that that ends up coming to the top of your head, you can throw that in there. If you've got a question, and so the general game plan. Leif's gonna do a walkthrough. He's gonna tell you a bit about Vibrant Faith University over the first chunk of time, and then we'll leave a big chunk of time at the end for questions. And so you can feel free to keep putting in questions over the whole time. We probably won't stop for those until that time. So that's kind of our plan. If you do have a question, I want to draw your attention down to that chat box and just to the left of the place where you type in a message. If you click there, you should have the option to change from just a regular chat to ask a question. I think it just says ask a question. And so if it actually is a question, I want to encourage you to flip that over to that question, and that shows up separately for us. And that way we just get a good list and we make sure that we've got all those questions, and we'll pop those up. So if you've got an actual question that you'd like us to address, that you'd like Leif to talk through, just flip back and forth between that chat and that question and answer, if that makes sense. So otherwise, sometimes you're going to see one of our heads. There'll also be a time where we'll be doing some screen sharing, and so then you'll see some samples and things like that. So that's our plan. I think we're good to go for now. If you do have any issues or questions, I'm typing into the chat box right now my just direct phone number. And so if you've got something that you need from a technical standpoint, feel free to shoot me a quick email or call, and I'll try to help from there. So I think we're good to go. So let me introduce Leif Kurwald. He will tell you more about himself, but between him and one other person on our team, which he'll tell you about, they are running the show with Vibrant Faith University, and we're excited for what they've come up with. It's going to be an incredible experience, and so we are grateful for Leif and excited for what he has to share with you. So let's dive in. Leif.
Great. Thank you, Jared. Hey, everybody. Good to be with you. I'm Leif Kurwald. I'm our partner for training services at Vibrant Faith. And I'm excited to speak for myself and John Roberto. The two of us have really partnered together in developing our latest faith formation training experience called Vibrant Faith University. I'm going to share my screen and show you a few things. Give me a few minutes, as Jared said, just to talk through some of the details here, as well as some of the vision and approach that we're taking, and then we'll engage in some dialogue. It's clear to us, and I think it's clear to you, that we need a new way of doing faith formation for all ages across the lifespan, that is not based on outdated assumptions, but rather recognizes the realities of 21st century people today and how they approach faith and religious practice. It's also clear to us that we need a new model of faith formation that effectively empowers faith transmission to the next generation. So what we're talking about in Vibrant Faith University is not just a new set of strategies, not just a new set of programming ideas, but really developing a holistic ecosystem of faith formation that focuses on really 6 key things. And that's going to be highlighted here. Engaging all generations. So there's an intergenerational quality to this ecosystem. Certainly nurtures family and parents in that faith transmission process. That's crucial. Addresses the needs of age groups So age-segmented faith formation still has a place in this ecosystem, but a clear recognition of the whole lifespan. So it's not just focused on children and youth. Adults play a key part in that. The ecosystem must develop a missional outreach to those who are uninvolved and unaffiliated. And it recognizes and makes good use of the tremendous digital tools at our fingertips today so that we become digitally enabled, but more importantly, goes a step further and empowers us to be in those digital places and spaces where people of the 21st century hang out. That's where they are. So Vibrant Faith University presents a new vision of faith formation and a new set of practices, a great deal of which is anchored in John's book, John Roberto's new book, Reimagining Faith Formation for the 21st Century. It also outlines a new online learning experience. And I want to take you in just a minute or two to our learning platform and give you a quick tour. But I need to say up front that our goal is not just an isolated online learning experience for you, but online learning that is surrounded with support and community and accountability. So you'll have the opportunity to immerse yourself into a rich, creative learning environment that includes self-paced online learning, yes, but each course also includes 3 opportunities for live online learning gatherings where you and members of your cohort will meet with faculty and engage in online learning together in real time. We've also set up each course with a learning guide. Well, not each course, each cohort will have a learning guide that will journey with you throughout your learning experience over the 2 years. And of course, everything that you do has applications to your ministry setting. More about that in just a moment. Who is Vibrant Faith University for? Vibrant Faith University is for leaders who care about the future of faith formation. Whether you are full-time, part-time, or a volunteer ministry leader, you may be a pastor or Christian education director or faith formation coordinator of children, youth, and families, or in any number of other ministry leadership roles. If you want to guide your faith community in embracing a 21st century approach to faith formation, then Vibrant Faith University, we believe, is for you. And the work that you do is what we call applied ministry learning. All the coursework is designed to be applied directly to your ministry setting. Each course has particular assignments that are application assignments designed to help you improve the current work that you're doing. And when you emerge as a graduate of Vibrant Faith University, you will have in hand, if not already in implementation, a comprehensive and dynamic plan for effective faith formation. That's because you have learned how to translate the best research on faith formation into practical approaches and practices. Your congregation will have become intentionally intergenerational. You will become prepared to understand the changing religious landscape of the 21st century, and you will have learned new faith formation models, approaches, tools, and resources. And finally, you will be empowered to develop missional approaches that reach out to people where they are today, at home, work, and community. So the 6 items that I mentioned to you just a few minutes ago are also anchored in the 6 courses of Vibrant Faith University. So think of it this way. a 2-year learning experience, 3 courses per year. Each course is 15 weeks, and the courses are named right here. A Faith Formation Culture for the 21st Century, Intergenerational Faith Formation, Family Faith Formation, Age Group Faith Formation, Missional Faith Formation, and Leading Faith Formation in the 21st Century. Each course has a similar pattern, or follows a similar pattern, and that's outlined here. I mentioned the 3 or the monthly webinar experiences of intensive learning, and those are interwoven with the self-paced learning sessions. I'll show you those in just a moment. We articulate 2 or 3 books with each course that you'll want to read and to enhance your learning, and then you'll have access to a learning guide that provides one-on-one support and coaching and consulting, as well as small group consultation inside your cohort or your class, if you will. So with those things, let me take you to our learning platform. We're using Course Sites. Course Sites is the Course Sites is powered by Blackboard. And Blackboard is a very popular, very rich learning environment that many universities across the country use. And we literally have access to all the tools available in Blackboard. So I'm at our first course, Reimagining Faith Formation for the 21st Century. I can click on Course Overview and get all the information that I need to get started in this course. Tells me everything designed to answer any of the questions that I might have before jumping into the course. And you can see on the dashboard here on the left, the course is laid out on a weekly basis. We imagine that each week you as student will engage in about 1 hour of reading and about 1 hour of coursework. So I clicked on Course 1. The title of this week's work is Interpreting the Challenges of Faith Formation in the 21st Century, Part 1. And each week is laid out in simple steps. This week, act, discuss, read, watch, and learn. When I go to act, I'm taken to a particular activity that we want students to engage in. This video tells them how to do the Shape of the World activity, and I click on the worksheet itself, and it lays itself out there in front of me to engage in that worksheet. And then once I complete the worksheet, I'm invited to go to Part 2, discuss. Every week has a couple of discussion questions with fellow classmates. So I click through to the forum questions and provide my input, my responses to the questions, and in this case, related to Shape of the World activity. Step 3 in this week is the reading assignments. You see those laid out for you. And then step 4 is the video learning provided around this topic. And in this case, there are 3 stages, if you will. The PowerPoint slides available to you, followed up by 2 short videos that present this week's topic. So that's the way it's laid out. Pretty simple, very clear, each week much the same. But I do want to take you to another week that is the week of the online live learning session. So in this case, the first online live session is week 3. And again, the steps are laid out very clearly here. It begins with assess, which is an actual assignment. I'll show you that in just a moment. Number 2, attend. Number 3 is simply a reminder to do number 2, attend. So let me click on that. Number two, attend simply gives me all the information that I need in order to log in to the webinar experience at the right time and on the right date. So that's the way that week is laid out. But let me go back. I want to show you how an assignment looks and how that is completed. So the assignment that you're given here is to at least fill out an assessment yourself, if not others from your church. And that's found in this tool. So you complete the assessment, and then you come back to the assignment. Step 2 is to view the video here that tells you how to interpret your assessment. And then your actual assignment is to complete the questions in part 3 here. And as I scroll down, at least it should be there. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm in the wrong place. As I scroll down, I have the option of simply writing the response to those questions in this text box, or I can attach a file, and then your assignment is submitted, and it will be reviewed by your course instructor, and you get a grade for that. So that's a quick look at the learning platform that we're using and how each course will be laid out in these simple steps that you work through each week. You know, we believe that Vibrant Faith University, and in particular your participation in it, can really make a difference in faith formation in the 21st century. So to sum up, your commitment is 2 years. The learning that you gain from this will last a lifetime. And your application of this learning into your ministry setting will likely last down through the generations. I just can't think of a better way to invest $2,000. Okay, that was a quick introduction. And I know we have some questions in the chat box. And so let's enter into dialogue. I'll keep my screen sharing up for the moment in case we want to go look at some things. Jared, tell me a little bit about what we've got here.
Great. One quick question so far, and to everybody, feel free to start typing some of those things in. Leaf will kind of address some different questions. I broadcasted one of those that Nicholas had, wondering about if courses come from a particular faith perspective, or would you describe them as more ecumenical, Leaf?
Certainly more the latter than the former. Yes, definitely ecumenically Christian. Everything that we do at Vibrant Faith falls under that category of ecumenically Christian. And but to nuance that a little bit, think in terms of our work. We take a definitely relational approach to ministry and a relational approach to faith formation. There is a sacramental nature to the work that we do, but more of a focus on small s than big S, simply meaning that we seek to recognize God's gracious presence in our lives. I could say more about that approach, but it's definitely ecumenical. And for the most part, although this is not exclusive, the denominations that we find ourselves working with are mostly mainline Protestant and Roman Catholic, but like I said, not exclusively so.
Great. Thanks for that, Leaf. One more question from Lorraine in a sec. Did you have more that you wanted to show them right on the site right now?
No, not necessarily,
Sure.
just based on the questions, but yeah. I see one question there. What kind of background do the instructors have? That's a terrific question. So I want to take you to the tab of who are our presenters, who are the instructors, and let me just introduce you to some of the people here. By the way, I am simply on the page on vibrantfaith.org that highlights Vibrant Faith University, and you can go there as well.
Leaf, we've shared that in the chat box too.
Great.
So, you know.
Okay. Terrific. All of our faculty for Vibrant Faith University are at least master's degree in some area of theology, faith formation, pastoral ministry, pastoral application for ministry. And they represent a wide variety of, this ecumenical nature that we've talked about. Kathy Amity comes out of a Roman Catholic tradition, Vaughn Clemens, Presbyterian, Dave Cisnos, golly, I honestly can't remember. I'm a Roman Catholic. Matt Marino, Episcopal. Jim Merhutt is Catholic. Kyle Oliver is Episcopal. John Roberto comes out of a Catholic tradition, but very ecumenical. Jolene Rolke Partain, United Methodist. And Janet Scheffler is Catholic. So it's a wide mix of faculty from their backgrounds as well as their experience all across the lifespan of faith formation. For example, Janet Scheffler's done a huge amount of work in adult faith formation. Kyle Oliver has done terrific work with young adults as well as in the digital dynamic. Dave Cisnos is an expert on children. So I believe we have just an extraordinary group of faculty members, and they're all very excited to work with us in this process.
Great, thanks, Leaf. Renee had a question. You probably see it up there. Just wondering about the kind of certification. As far as are we going to work with some institutions? Maybe an update on where that is.
Yeah, Renee, that's a really good question, and that's exactly our hope. Is that we intend to approach key seminaries and theological schools, show them what we're doing, and invite them to grant credit either to their students or to our students, even if our students are pursuing actual degreed work from another institution. John and I have some experience doing this in our previous career, times in our career. So it's not set up yet, but we certainly intend to go there. There is a notation somewhere in our frequently asked questions that does this degree lead to a degree, diploma, or certificate? And what I just said is summarized much better in this short paragraph there.
Great.
Carrie, you have
Carrie's wondering about current just how many are enrolled.
You know, we just went live with our registration about about a week ago, less than a week ago, and we already have a handful of students who have enrolled. The first cohort, the maximum number that we can take is 30, and that course starts on January 11th, and so I have no doubt that our cohort number 1 will fill up. And so I know that it takes a little bit of time for you to discern, do I have the time for this? How do I put the finances together for this, etc. But at the same time, there are registrations coming in each day, so you want to pay attention. And
Leaf, I think,
don't let it slide.
We're officially at 5 right now, just in these last couple of days. I was just double checking, and I think we're at 5.
Yep.
Is what it looks like. So great questions, and feel free to keep putting those keep putting those questions in there. If there are, whether it's kind of a details question or an approach, an idea, philosophy kind of questions, Leif and John obviously have done a lot of work in terms of developing these courses. So Leif, if you're still on the site there, would you just scroll down to the course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 list quick?
Yeah, sure.
Just in case, and I know for at least some folks, the screen share is a little bit blurry. So Leif, I'll probably have you just jump back on the video here in a second so they can see your smiling face. But let me just, I'll say this out loud for you, Leif. Let me just run through this course list again quick, which of the 6, and that way you can, that might help. Thanks for the zoom a little bit. So course 1 talks about a faith-forming congregational culture for the 21st century, a bit of an overview and laying out that new ecosystem. 2 talks about intergenerational faith formation, 3 about family faith formation, 4 about age group faith formation, 5 missional, and 6 about leadership in faith formation. So,
and on this page of the website, there's Jared, there's a button somewhere that download complete details.
Perfect.
And when you do that and you scroll through this document toward the end, there's a full page description of each course. So course 1, overview, books and resources, and a course outline. So each course is outlined in detail in that document.
Perfect.
All right, folks. Any other questions? We're down to the last minute or so. I don't want to keep you longer than we advertised.
Last things that pop up for anyone. Again, you'll be able to watch this back if you've got some questions, and of course, we've popped it in there a couple times. You can feel free to go get all those details just at vibrantfaith.org/VFU. The other thing that we go ahead.
Sorry, Jared. I'm looking at Monica's question. Is this more for parish ministry? Is diocesan personnel okay? Monica, I think this would be a terrific experience for a diocesan leader of faith formation, or a synod leader, assistant to the bishop for youth and family, or a presbytery leader in Christian education, etc. I think it would be a terrific learning experience for that person, especially if you wanted to, if you wanted to identify 4, 5, or 6 parish leaders in your diocese or church leaders in your synod who would also be good candidates for this, and you could create your own local learning group. And John and I have talked a lot about this. We have some mechanisms set up for essentially a regional or local sponsorship of a cohort, and so would be really happy to talk with you about that.
Great.
Carrie
had a quick question, and maybe we'll answer that. And folks, again, like Leif said, if you've got to head off, feel free to drop off. We'll keep the recording going here with any other last questions. But if you've got to go, feel free. So can you see that, Leif? Carrie's wondering about her role is primarily in these earlier childhood, birth, I guess, up to 5th grade, and their families. In terms of the coursework,
would I be able to do the coursework, or would I need to reach into other ministries of our church? And Carrie, the answer is more of a both and rather than an either or. We would certainly, I would imagine you being able to work your way through this coursework, working within your sphere of influence. So your job and your sphere of influence is birth through 5th graders. Yeah, you'll do some terrific things there. But at the same time, you'll be hearing an invitation to explore a an integrated and a holistic approach to faith formation that's probably going to create a desire in you to talk with the other colleagues on your ministry team and begin looking at a holistic approach to faith formation. So yes, but then we're gonna draw you out even further. But you won't be required to try to exercise influence that you don't have. So I don't know your church setting. I don't know your fellow colleagues in ministry. This would certainly be a good learning experience for you. And then if you have opportunities for greater collaboration among others who have responsibilities for other age groups, you'll be able to take advantage of that as well.
Great. Well, Leif, thank you very much. Let me just point out some last things quick to everyone, and they're right in the chat box. So this is to give you spots to go right now. There are a few things that we've put in there. A couple of times now I've just put that vibrantfaith.org/VFU link in there. Feel free to go take a look through all those details on that complete page. That's also in a couple spots. Got a really good place to download those complete details. So feel free to do that. I put that direct link as well in the chat box. So says here are those complete details. You can just click that PDF right there and download it directly from that link. A little further down, we popped in just some, if you want to take a look at Course Sites as a platform, we popped in the Course Sites link as well as links to the 2 mobile apps on the Mac, on the Apple App Store, and on the Google Play Store as well. We have played with those apps a little bit, and they're great. So be able to do this on the go. The last thing we put, the link at the very top, is the place to enroll. And so if this was the info that you were looking for, you can feel free to just go ahead and go right there if you are ready to go. If you have questions, all over the site, including on that page, are great spots to go ask those questions to Leif, to John, to Vibrant Faith in general. Leif just put his email address right in there, and you can feel free to just email him directly if you've got questions.
I should put my phone number too, sorry.
Yeah, great. So that info is right there. Feel free to click straight through and gather some more information, or if you're ready, be happy to have you just enroll right there, and we'll look for those registrations. Great. Well, thanks everybody.
Folks,
Leif, anything else?
No, just a big thank you for joining us for a short time this morning. Appreciate all the interactions, and don't hesitate to contact me. Monica, I do see your note. Would love to talk with you further about perhaps a diocesan cohort in your diocese. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thanks again, everybody. Blessings on your day. Feel free to reach out if you've got more questions.